My name is Barbara Masharia. I'm a Christian, born again, and a God. Nimetoka family yenye tu tuna believe bado in the Bible, believing in Christ, in Christianity. I have 2 brothers and both parents. Yeah, my spiritual journey nilisema ilianza all from being in the coming from a Christian background where you're taught about God, you believe in Jesus, you know that there is a God, though hakuna ile deep understanding, the proper understanding of what it's about. No, you go to church, you know the Bible, you have some kana tu knowledge, no? Like you just know that God ako, but hakuna ile relationship yenye now naweza sema niko nayo. Venye nilianza kuelewa the whole relationship thing, ningesema ilianza somewhere in form 2. You know, form 2 ni ile stage ya life venye nilikuwa na collide sana na mama, just not trying to be difficult, but kuna tu vitu nilikuwa nafanya, looking back I don't know who that was. So mom akakuwa very strict with me, and it got to a point penye iliniuma, so I wondered, God naweza deal aje na situation, because I also don't want to make her mad. So I remember I thought nataka kupata wisdom, so let me read Proverbs. So nilikuwa nasoma Proverbs, the book of Proverbs. Na I believe hapo ndipo sasa God started building that foundation of knowing him, like really developing a relationship with him. So I got saved in Form 3, second term, for the first time. It was very helpful, it was good, ilini encourage, God is to God, no? Like he works in mysterious ways, because as a child nakumbuka, like there's these times penye unaonanga like you told something, ama like you read the Bible stories, alafu hizi vitu ni so mind blowing that wow, yani this happened to a certain person, this was someone else's life. So sometimes like nilikuwa na, you know, God puts those promises on your heart, even like God will speak to you even before you sasa accept. So there were some things that nilikuwa na feel like God has made promises in my life now, like my spirit inajua tu that one day nafaa ku make a difference in the world, one day nafaa kufanya my life isn't just useless or something like that. In my childish mind, knowing that there's something about life now, and najua that it comes from God, but sasa hakuna ile how will this come back. Ilikuwa dealt with when sasa the relationship part of being with God came into being. Yeah, niliona an instant change in my life, so nikajua ni God ako, unaona, like talking to him, conversing with him, sikuwa naelewa God's grace completely. I think nilikuwa nategemea works sana, because every time nilikuwa na feel if I mess up, like, at the end of the day nilikuwa nafikiria God nimefanya nini wrong leo, nazihesabu so nakaa najiambia hapa ni baba, like I feel like God anaweza, like ile woga ya God ile si helpful, like si the unhealthy fear of God, like nilikuwa na feel God anaweza ni strike down, like what's going on. So it was, I think nilikuwa nategemea works more than grace, like span my love the grace aspect of so nilikuwa na lean more on works. So whenever naona like the sins that you remember, because sasa unajua kuna kwanga na zile zenye hata you don't remember, hata you don't know that there are sins, so just knowing zenye nimefanya at the end of the day ilikuwa inanichokesha. So nilikuwa na feel wow, God, I'm fighting a losing battle. Unajua there's the Christianity part ya kwenda church na knowing God. Singepata help really by then, because my parents didn't even completely agree with the church that I was going to. ilileta tu its own kind of kujiekea vitu, and unaona bado having the type of parents who aren't very parental in everything, whose main focus is on books. If you're doing well in school, we are assuming that is a reflection of every other area of your life. Now, my grades are fine, so I guess ilikuwa an assumption that everything is still okay. Sometimes pia unaona mtu aliokoka grades ikarudi juu, so I'm assuming that even if as long as I see good grades, I assume bado wewe na God mko poa. So I don't know, but it could have been pia, and also not having ile relationship mzuri sana, or even just knowing that si necessarily spiritual venye tunaweza saidiana on some things, so those two factors combined ilikuwa inanifanya ni keep to myself about some things, na it became ilinifanya tu ni hold back even more. Na sasa unaona when the relationship sasa inaenda tu sawa, as the relationship inaendelea kukuwa strained, so I'm finding even less reason to come to you for anything. Yeah, so eventually, like me, I'm just trying to do life on my own. Nimekubali that you don't necessarily know me or understand me, so me acha tu try to hack. At the same time, I'll try to deal with my life, just trying to be good to you for the sake of honoring my parents, but me life nijitafutie njia yangu, ndo nitoke, ndo nijue sasa nime backslide, like knowing in my mind that things aren't the way they were going. Sikuwa like I'm just waiting to go back to the world. It was more, Lord, I feel like I'm hurting, but I don't feel like you understand me. I don't feel like I can talk to you about this, but I'm also not trying to run in the other direction that I was going. So like na try to strike this imaginary balance, yeah, just being a good person, because now naona I'm not with God, but staki kuwa tena wicked, no, just proper wicked. So I'm just trying to be a good person, which is really useless, like trying to find the gray area, not knowing that ni black and white. God sees it as black and white, so me trying to find this imaginary area where I can hang around. Still naona siwezi rudi, so I'm trying to kubaki penye naweza kuwa safe, like in God's books, like God, but I'm a good person. No, I don't try to hurt people. I try to do this, but still not. I won't follow everything that you say. To compromise, ilifika mostly in uni, because then there's a lot of pressure to fit in, to find yourself, to discover yourself, and knowing that nilikuwa nimetoka from a very sheltered background, like very protective parents who ni kama they give you this very controlled environment, so like life haiko hivyo, like when you come ukikuja to the real world, like there's so much more yenye sikuwa prepared for, like the way some people are street smart. I knew that I was very naive in other things, so I was trying to learn, but I didn't know how I should learn, because then again naona siwezi learn from home, so ninategemea, I am hoping that maybe naweza learn from school, maybe from the people who I'll find in school. So the problem is running into people who weren't good for me. Uni, take note of this, bado nilikuwa depressed, so from form 4 second term I was depressed. Yeah. So I'm trying to, nakumbuka so course niliingia ni yenye niliitwa kwanza, niliingia the next year exactly, nilimaliza 2016, so nikaingia 2017, though the course that I wanted nilikuwa nishajua that nitaingia 2018 because nili-apply late, but nilijua there's no way nitakaa home for 2 years because siwezi kaa, like hatuwezi kalishana home for 2 years, like something will kutawaka moto. So that was my reason for going to school. So knowing that kuna hiyo like a safety net that nita change courses, so whatever I do this year I matter that much. So kulikuwa na hiyo opportunity ya ku waste time, ya ku experiment na tu vitu, na really trying to cope with the depression, because now I'm wondering, and I also used to think a lot, God, I'm so young, mbona nimepata depression at 17? What I feel like when you to Bible nasema what was meant for evil, God used it for good. I feel like the devil, whatever was meant for good, the devil uses for evil. Because being a very friendly person, na really wanting to just love on people, so hii ilinipea opportunity ya talk to a lot of people. I'm trying to see, hey, what is this person about, mtu maybe like just trying to learn life from people. Then sometimes you develop a friendship, it's really not helpful, but then society is stuck because you have learned to please people for the sake of keeping peace. So you kujisimamia tena ni ngumu na kusema tu this isn't helpful, because then again I had some very toxic friendships. I got into toxic relationships. Now all of them were kind of facilitating each other, because when, in as much as sijui, this is a new experience for me, I just feel like something is wrong. Like ile tu venye God ametuumba, like you know when you're being treated less than you deserve, but then ukiambia mse nakwambia no, you're taking things personally, no nini mbaya na wewe, naona like mtu anaitwaje, sometimes being gaslighted, sometimes mtu anakufanya uone nika you're the one on the wrong, wende unaona vitu vibaya. So then again, even ni mtu friendly, so najua that like hiyo sasa ikaingiza hadi paranoia, because I feel like hey, naona two red flags, and najua si make things up, no, but I don't know how much. So I feel like, God, ni nani atani stab in the back? I don't know who it is. So like it was this vicious cycle of cause and effect and cause, like the bad friends are causing even more depression. The depression is bringing even more toxic people. So just having the type of friends when you don't need enemies with, because drinking, weed, wasting my good time, pleasing people, like focusing so much on people's validation, like getting to the point penye, I remember I had a friend who at some point I thought, okay, wewe unaweza uawa because you just, mtu akikuita tu mahali form, utaenda tu, hata ujui ni nani, utaenda tu. Wala hiyo unaweza uawa. So just thinking, wow, I have more sense than this. Like, apana, surely, like you won't be this comfortable with strangers. No, like being ile place ya mtu atakujamia, like you know I'm your friend, you know I'm trying to be good to you, and utanijamia over something so petty, but you'll trust complete strangers with your life. Tuseme tu like they were the type of relationships when ukitoka hapo like your self-esteem is just in the pits of hell. Mimi sikuwa na shida na kwenda church. I don't think I ever had a problem with going to church. Ni tu venye sasa si priority, kwa saa zingine nashikwa tu na uvivu, saa zingine you hangover na sasa kuna haja gani uende na kwa nusu mtu. Yes, if I remember well, like God became such a big concept to me. So sioni tena kani the person who I used to know, the friend who I knew, ni more, because I was so depressed that nilikuwa like I was mad at God at that time. Because nilikuwa naona, God, mbona umeacha hizi vitu zote zifanyike? Nilikuwa naambia God, mimi nataka kulala na sana. So nikiamka na jam ambia God you're taking me for a joke, you know the pain that I'm in, so mbona unaniacha niamke tena. So I think maybe nilikuwa naona kama pia kwenda church like nafanya God a favor probably. Siwezi like my memory is really not good about it, but sidhani nilikuwa na feel hiyo guilt per se. I think nilikuwa naona more nikaa nafanya God a favor. Ningesema confidence, siwezi sema nilikuwa na deal na no confidence nikiwa mdogo. So then I felt like, hey, my life at 13 was better than my life at 18. So like nilikuwa na feel I've lost so much of myself because kusoma inanishinda. Now I've gotten into alcohol, drugs, wasting my time with brethren, guys. Wasting my time with just also being in that self-pity, just following in self-pity. So nashangaa, God, even if life kuwa this is like, nilikuwa najua life is a scam. Life is a scam. God, umetucheza hapa na umetucheza vibaya. Hii life ni scam. Nilikuwa na stress, nilikuwa na paranoia to the point penye nili lose weight drastically between ile gap ya high school na uni. I lost weight mbio like na so ilikuwa a bit alarming at first, then nikatulizoea tu tukasema nikaisha happen. So tunaendelea tuka assume to that maybe it was for whatever reason other than maybe these things that are happening. Like nakanga najiambia ni kama ni the cocktail ya shetani. Cocktail yenye shetani anakupea like it doesn't give you one thing because maybe kitu moja haitakuangusha. So anakupea cocktail ndio ikuwe stronger, ndo at least akuwe assured of kukutoa. I had like 2 different types of friends. I had the ones who cared but didn't know what to do. So those ones knew that niko pabaya, but they were trying to like kunishikilia venye wangeweza. But you know, hawange they couldn't do it on their own strength. Na hiyo ni kazi ya God. So ndo maana wao walifake up. Then there were the others who were a part of the problem, were a part of what was keeping me there. Then parents, having strict parents, everyone with strict parents anajua act, behave very straight in front of them, because nimeenda home nikiwa very high, very drunk, but haikunotisika because nilikuwa najua hapa I better act with everything in me, otherwise kutawaka moto. So nikajifanya tu nisifeel vizuri, but just knew that I was very high. So zingine focus inatokanga kwa uko na stress, naenda tu you were drinking. What do you mean you are drinking? So knowing that parents, hiyo ni ex, hiyo hakuna kufikiria hapo, heri because nishaenda hadi kwa school therapist. Ilikuwa that bad. Na ilikuwa on Valentine's ya 2019, siwezi sahau. Nilimiss class, a very one of the most important classes in tulikuwa na studio lesson. So that is the practical part of architecture. Nilimiss studio class because nilikuwa so stressed. Na nilikuwa nakaa tunajiambia, aki Mungu wangu, this lecturer will think that I'm a joke asking for time out on Valentine's. But me nilikuwa najua, Lord, I need to go talk to someone today. Nilikuwa tunajua bado nahitaji kuongelesha mtu. And I thank God for the therapist. Okay, for the doctor mwenye nilipata, sikupata the school therapist, but the doctor venye tu alihandle ilikuwa so encouraging. At least nilifeel like wait, si cheesy because alikuwa very, nilimwambia tu I need to talk to someone, I think niko na stress. Akadrop kila kitu because sasa nilikuwa nimeshindwa kuexplain ni nini exactly kwa mgonjwa wapi. Mtu haongei, I need to talk to someone. Akashika signal. So ilikuwa very encouraging. So regardless of the fact that sikupata kuongea na mtu, reaction yake tu ilini encourage. Yeah, so I think it was that bad. Knowing that nilikuwa najiambia, tulikuwa tunaambiana na a certain friend of mine, sasa my best friend then, tukiomoka tunaenda therapy. Like hiyo ndio kitu tulikuwa tunasema, tukiomoka tunaenda therapy. So cause sasa like that is only because sasa you don't know about God now. Hizo ndo God alinifanya tu nisiwahi kuwa na ile mindset ya it's okay, you can just go, ikuwa tu story ilisema li give up to one life, like nilikuwa tunafeel this is it shouldn't be. So ndio nilikuwa mahali pabaya sana mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Nakumbuka a certain friend nilikuwa naonyesha meme ya sijui kama mshaiona this skeleton that is iko na tutu, like hizi tutu za ballerinas. So then the caption was when you're dead inside but you're trying to make other people happy. So nikaonyesha bishta yangu, mimi nilikuwa naona it was such a funny meme. Then akaniambia ini wewe, so wow, like I was so dead inside. So like nilikuwa vibaya tu emotionally, mentally, spiritually, hadi ikaanza kukua physically because nilikuwa nakaa nafikiria kuhusu maisha, naona kichwa inaniuma. Niliona tu in as much as sitaki ku give up, hadi mwili inaweza shut down. So I believe that by God's grace and mercy akaanza tu kunilead to him, cause ilikuwa within your long holiday sasa after 1.2. Sasa after nimehamia architecture, so ni kind of my second year in uni. Hiyo long holiday ilianza vibaya sana, like mimi nilikuwa najua sita manage kurudi shule September because sikuwa naona venye nitafika September with the amount of things that were going on in my life. Mimi nilikuwa najua nitakufa before September ifike. So ndo nilikuwa najua September 2019 haitaniona, cause like as in sitaki kuikubali, but unajua kuna venye tu unapimanga vitu, unaona guy itawezekana. Because nikiwa home I'm stressed out even more. I feel like sasa najua at least shule nilikuwa na ile opportunity ya kunywa, kujisaulisha, but home lazima ubehave sober, yani uko tu sober you with yourself, then you are left to your mind yenye inaenda wherever it's going for 24 hours, like the conversation that you will have with your parent ni kitu very shallow at the end of the day. Umekuwa agent sawa dada, unless you bring up kitu na vitu zenye uko ziko kwa roho huwezi bring up. So then saa zingine maybe mkigongana pia unaona pia haielewi, like me I'm dealing with life my friend, I'm dealing with real life. Hata haielewi, so maybe anaona you also just being stubborn, you being difficult, but well uko pabaya. So tena kutry kuja chini unaona ikusaidii, unataka kuwaka, unataka kupiga kelele, unataka kulipuka haitasaidia. Utalipuka kwa nyumba ya nani? So other still dealing with all this because bado sikuwa nimeachana na the toxic friends. Like I was very mad at many of them, very very mad at many of them, kutoelewa that it was you played a part in this. So akili yangu inaniambia they're the reason, they're the problem. Na in as much as they also chose to be a part of the problem, yani hao there's not much you can do about it. You just walk away, you cut your losses, unaendelea na life. But sasa kwa naelewa hivyo, nilikuwa naona I need to sit you down and tell you and explain to you that this is wrong, this is how you are contributing to the problems in society. Ilikuwa to a very bad place because sikuwa nataka kuachanisha tu, like nilikuwa nataka explain here, but pia those who I had tried to talk to hawakuwa na like unaongelesha tu mawe ile ya kupigia mbuzi gita, hataki kusikia. So then again hiyo inakutrigger, inafanya feel offended, una feel uko I knew it, I should have left you a long time ago. Mimi niliokokea YouTube. So from listening to a certain preacher, I believe that having the amount of time that I had on my hands to myself, it really wasn't helpful, but by God's grace, like kuna kitu ilikuwa inanisumbua, so I looked it up on YouTube, like sasa what the Bible says about it. So nikapata a certain person mwenye ana preach, na honestly ilikuwa very eye opening. Naona because the preacher was very real with what how his life had been like. Unajua kuna venye unaangalianga watu venye like altar ministers, like unajua unaweza identify mtu na church, so unaonanga hey, these are perfect people, holy people, nini. Sisemi ati other people are fake, but I just think ilikuwa I just saw what I needed to see, cause alikuwa anaongea his struggles before coming to Christ, after coming to Christ. So kumbe tunapitia the same thing, but the difference was umse sasa venye alikuwa na like unaona amesubmit to God, like ana take in the hard truths zenye God anasema, cause the Bible is about like those hard to swallow pills zenye zina finally bring healing to us. So nilikuwa naona hiyo umse amehack life. Like miki tuna struggle nayo, anaiongelelea like it's such a simple thing could deal na, like si hata tu kuiongelelea, but anapeana such a simple solution. Iko wait, do you know how much I've been struggling with this thing? Na anapeana such a simple solution. So okay, ni simple, like the answer is simple, applying it is the hard part, because yeah, living with Christ is the hard part. Like kusikia hizi vitu ni rahisi, kusikia that you what shouldn't be in men but in God. You know, Christ is the one who puts his trust in men. It's very easy to hear it, but kuapply ndo the hard part. But then sasa just finding a person pia mwenye ana kubreakia down, like so this is what it means, like I just believe that nilipatana na huyo mtu at the right time, because I don't know what would have happened. I really don't know what would have happened, but haingeenda vizuri na mimi. So because pia ili take some time kukubali, because si najua niliokoka July, naweza sema ili take more like a span of maybe like 3 weeks, because I was just binge watching this man's video. To that depressed person, I'd say God sees you, God cares about you, though you have your part to play. God is so there, God is very there, always there. You have to get yourself out of thinking that everything in a lie outside of your control, because there's some control you've given to the enemy. There's some control that you need to give back to God, speaking from experience, not from trying to think or to infer anything. I really know that God is there, but maybe you just need to trust more, maybe you just need to seek him more, spend some more time with him, cut loose some people from your life, cut loose some habits that you have, some mindsets also, while also being gracious to yourself. Let go of whatever the devil may be using as an open door to you, whether it's unforgiveness, bitterness, fear, worry, that will keep you there longer. There are decisions that we make. God won't let you be consumed by anything, but you have to help him help you. You have to help God help you. It won't happen overnight, but there will be a starting point where you will know that it won't take you out. You will know that now you're just beginning the journey of healing, as long as you call on God, as long as you give all your worries, all your cares to God completely.